So what I'm going to demo tonight is how to use metallic cording to make a heavier braid. Okay, so I was talking about my Anita Good Design golden tapestry I'm making and how I'm going to overcome the pieces not matching on top of the seam lines on those tiles. So I'm actually going to demo how I'm going to make the cording tonight. Okay, so what I've got here, some of you asked about this metallic 2mm wide flat metallic cording that I import from Turkey, from Istanbul. Okay, I'm going to show some of this off tonight. So I have it in white, this hot pink fuchsia color I just showed you, purple, it's a rich amethyst type of purple, black, gold, this is the color I'm going to use for my Anita Good Design. I have it in copper, I have it in royal blue. This is actually more like a cobalt blue. Then I have it in rainbow, multicolor as well. I only have 3 balls of each. They are $9.99 a ball. If anyone is interested, message me and I can send you an invoice. They are not on my website. Okay, so what I'm going to use tonight though, I'm going to use some of this pink. Okay. And what I did, I cut 4 links. Okay. I have black thread in my upper thread and black thread in my bobbin. And as you can see, there's 4 strands of equal length, and I put them all 4 together and tied an overhand knot so the one end will stay together. Okay, I have my J-foot on. I have just a regular zigzag, stitch number 1-10, 7 millimeters wide, 2 millimeters in length. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to lower my camera so you can see the needle and you'll see what I'm doing. Okay. I have no fabric under here. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to take the end with the knot and place it behind the knots, right in behind the foot, the J foot. Okay? I'm going to lower my foot. I have it centered. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hold all the strands together and feed it through the foot. I'm just going to zigzag right over the top of them with no fabric. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make my own braiding. Okay. You could do this with silk ribbon, yarn, just whatever you can imagine you can use, you can do that with this. Okay, so here we go. Oh, it would help if I plugged in my presser foot, my foot pedal. There we go. I've been keeping all my machines unplugged during all the storms we've had. And I don't have everything plugged back up yet. Here we go. Let me try it this way. This may not. There we go. Now you can see. So all I'm going to do is just hold my cording up right in front of the foot and just let it feed through. 7 millimeters in width. And just go at a slow speed. And once you get it started, it's just going to feed right on through. Nice and slow, easy peasy. I'm going to stop there for a minute and reposition my hands here in front. Just easing it along. So what I'm doing, I'm taking 4 strands and turning them into one piece of cording on my sewing machine. You could use a decorative stitch and flatten it out more, but I'm just using the plain zigzag at 7 millimeters wide, 2 millimeter in length, and just keep on keeping on. And you'll see when I'm done how much fun you can now have with this new embellishment, because I'm going to attach this after I'm done to something else. If I attached it to fabric right now, it would actually flatten out, and it wouldn't have a thickness to it like cording. It would just squish it down and make it really flat. So I wanted to make it into cording before I attach it to a piece of fabric on my machine. Okay, it's at the end. I'm going to cut my thread, raise that presser foot up, and there we go. That easy. That's about almost a yard. Check this out. Okay, looky here. I just turned 4 strands of that metallic ribbon from Istanbul, Turkey into this nice, that's about 3 mil, 4 mil, something like that. Think of if you have yarn, you could do the same thing with yarn. You can actually do this with thread, but you'd have to have about 12 strands of it to make cording out of thread. Pretty cool, right? So next, I'm going to lower my camera down because I'm going to change the foot. And I'm going to put on the braiding foot. Okay. Which is this foot right here. The braiding foot. And I'm going to put my knotted end through first. Or I'm going to attempt to. There's so many ways you can be creative with your machine that maybe you just haven't thought about or haven't seen it demoed. Here we go. And get them all through there now. So it goes in from the top to the bottom. Once I get it in there, I'll show you. There we go. Okay, so there's how it goes. There's the top of the foot. There it is coming out the back. And all I'm going to do is attach the foot and zigzag it. Or I could use a decorative stitch. Take off that J-foot. Put on the braiding foot. There we go. And then I have this little piece of fabric. I have pieces of fabric like this at my long arm where I'm setting tension. That's all that is. And I'm just going to attach it to that. I'm going to raise my presser foot up. Get it started under the edge here. And you'll get the idea here. So if I was doing this to my Anita Good Design Golden Tapestry tile scene, this would be going right on top of the seam line between the tiles. Okay, here we go. That's correct, Christina. The 110 zigzag, 7 millimeter wide and 2 millimeters in length. Here we go. I'm looking at it. Now that 7 millimeters a little bit wide, so I'm going to narrow it up. I'm going to come down to 6 because I want it just to go on each side of that cording. I'm going to go down a little bit more. I'm going to try it 5. There we go. That's close. You don't want it to hit the cording, but you want the needle to drop right beside it. So now, check this out. I'm going to start sewing. And guess what? I can twist it and curve it just like I did when I was doing this on my serger, if you all remember. I'm going to stop and reposition. There we go. Here we go. And you can get some, I could actually right now be quilting and couching and braiding at the same time. There it is at the edge. Now I'm going to raise my presser foot, and I'm just going to rotate, I'm just going to pivot, and I'm going to come down the other way, see if I have enough made to get back across there. Lower that presser foot back down. Give it a little slack to get it started. There we go. This will give you an idea of some of the really cool decorative things you can do to your projects. You don't always have to do everything inside an embroidery hoop to have ultimate coolness happening at your machines. Okay, now I'm just going to cut my thread and we'll have a look at it. Check it out. There it is. Just using the simple zigzag stitch, look what you can do. I'm going to bring that in nice and close. And on the back of it, all you see are the zigzag stitches. So if this was an actual project I was using, I'd make my bobbin thread match the fabric on the back, then you'd hardly even see it at that point. But that's how easy it is to make your own cording and attach it to a project using the braiding foot. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.